openly promoted. I've taken an escort to a company function.
Really?
It helped my fucking career.
Wow.
I went to a company function.
Unless somebody else there recognizes her.
Hey, no. That's what did it, bro.
Oh, okay.
I went to a company function. I hired one of the top escorts in Dallas to go to a company function with me because you don't want to go to these things alone. And I had heard that this is a good idea. So I hired her. Like a lot Pretty Woman stuff. And I was not rich. And I took her and I'm in the company in the executive washroom because they had the functions, all the bathrooms are open. So us normal little peons could use that. So I was like, well, shit, why not? I'm going to go in there. A guy comes out of the stall and all he says is, walks by, wash his hands. That Kelly's an incredible girl. And he walks on out and I'm like, he was the VP of marketing.
Right.
3 weeks later, I get a call. Mr. Johnson would like to see you in his office. And I'm sitting up there with Mr. Johnson. We're just talking about the weather and Cowboys and this and that. Nothing at all. Nothing. It was like banal water cooler talk. About 3 weeks or 4 weeks later, I started getting premium accounts handed my way, more opportunities. My manager started talking to me completely different. I started getting invited over to come over to the house for dinner. I didn't know I had an advocate. And it turns out about 3 to 6 months later, I got into the management program. And what ended up happening is I went and I played golf with these guys in the scramble, and he's there. And I asked him, I was like, are you like my secret benefactor or something? He's like, he was a regular of the girl that I took there. He's like, anybody who had enough sense to bring her is somebody I need to keep my eye on. Because she is one of the most discreet people. He's been seeing her for years. And he's like, I know how much she costs, so that tells me you're not stupid. And she's not, he's like, I just needed to see who you were. And he's like, I've done my research on you and done my work on you. And he was like a real life benefactor. So what it taught me was there's a different level of power moves. And we have stigmatized that stuff to where you shouldn't do that. But hell, if it opens a door, it opens a door. Now, nowadays, escorts, porn, that kind of stuff nobody bats an eye at it anymore.
Yeah.
So now women don't have the monopoly and lockdown on it like they used to. I give you something, you take out the trash. No, I'll just go to Eros. In call $300, out call $400. Okay.
Right.
And I'm out. Why do I gotta wine and dine and court you just for you possibly to give me some starfish sex? I'll just break you off this and I'm good.
Cash app, that's what they call it nowadays.
Right.
And I'm realistic about it. And see, as an image consultant and a dating expert or whatever I'm called now, you're not supposed to talk about this. I'm like, this is real. This is real life. When I was in corporate sales, I did not play golf well. So I'm like, most guys did business on the golf course. I did my business in the strip clubs. Monday through Saturday, I was in the strip clubs. I'm the guy that the premium strip club, I was in so good with them. I got VIP on Valentine's, New Year's, and Halloween. They're like, you have the NFL and NBA players trying to get in. No, we can't go in. It's for so-and-so. And that puts you in an entirely different world of power. And I'm floating around saying how all these people move and just taking notes. But I'm still just one of these guys. I'm just being able to be in places and use that and try to give guys this fundamental knowledge that, look, man, they're no different than us. They just make different choices.
So you seem like you had a real hunger for figuring the game out and networking your way into the position that you wanted to be in the long run and really sort of understanding the entirety of how rich and powerful people move. And you were willing to put in the time and the sacrifice.
When I would go to the men's club in Dallas, men's club in the lodge, when I'm going in there, seeing guys that I normally couldn't talk to, I'll tell you a secret, tell you a story. When I saw how much business was being done in these places, let's say I'm trying to do business with you, and we get to a point you're like, you're not returning my phone calls or whatever. We're done. The sale's dead. I actually knew girls that work the lunchtime. They tend to be the hustlers. They tend to be the ones that are about their business because the shifts are shorter. And I'm like, all right, come with me. I know you don't want to do business, but come. Let's go to the lodge. They got a great lunch, prime rib, all sorts of stuff, some fun. Who's gonna turn that down? Free TNA plus prime rib and crab. So we're sitting there, and you're sitting there, and all of a sudden, here comes Darian, and Darian is like, "Oh, this is your friend? Any friend of Kevin is a friend of mine," and she rubs your head, and I love him. Kevin's a wonderful guy, such and so forth. Blah blah blah. Next thing you know, you sign a contract.
Wow.
No sex, no nothing, all above board, and I gave her 10% of the contract face value, straight up. And it got around to the dancers. It's like, if you work with Kevin and you close business, you get money. So I found out that I started closing more business in these places because everybody's on the golf course, everybody's over here. But what man doesn't want to be around beautiful women?
How do you avoid getting lost in the sauce during times like that in your life? Like, how do you not? I see my friend AD. He might be networking at the club a little bit, but he's also having a few too many cocktails and whatnot.
Well, and see, you can, and that's the thing. Well, first off, when you get to really understand that world, it's a fast world. Those girls get the best of all candy, and they get the best of all offers. Don't partake.
Right.
Don't partake, and I would say don't shit where you eat, but there's too many hot pieces of ass not to do that. But you gotta you just gotta pick your shots, man.
Right.
I only deal with people who have something to lose. I don't care how hot you are. So, like, some of the women there will be smoking, but I'm looking for women who own property, who are really dancing. They're not screwing every client, because when it goes left, as it always will, you don't find yourself. This is prior to social media explosion too. So, keep it business. Keep it business, because look, man, it's the oldest profession in the book for a reason. And I just accept. See, I'm a realist. I accept we are human animals, and if as long as it's legal, I'm good. And what happens between two consenting adults, ain't my business. At the end of the day, what never happened was somebody I did business with, whether they signed the contract here or in my office, it always worked for them. It helped them achieve the goals they want to do. It improved their bottom line. Never was somebody, man, I wish I hadn't done this, man. No, it was a good outcome. So the means may vary, but you got a good deal, I got a good deal, everybody wins. Some people would say, well, that's immoral. Okay.